Just being here at the Rosslyn Park Sevens the last sort of few days, now close to 7,000 kids playing the game. It's a brilliant way of introducing players.
It's a fantastic tool to introduce youngsters to the game because with Sevens, it hones in on every single core skill, the basis of, rugby union. Of course, that's going to enhance any young aspiring rugby player.
It is very pick-upable, girls can go and play the sport quite easily. I went to St Olave's school down near Sevenoaks a couple of weeks ago, and there's 26 girls there wanting to play the game of Sevens, and that's off the back of the Olympics, and them watching it on TV and wanting to get into the game, badgering their schoolmasters how they can get involved. Rio showed what a fantastic spectacle the sport is for the world, and these kids out here today will be the next Olympians from Tokyo in 2020. The development side of it for the smaller nations is basically down to numbers. It's a fast, high-octane game, but also because of the skill set being focused and getting your basics right and not having to need 30, 35 people to play a game, it means that you can get numbers out there and get people playing.
Japan, China, there's a lot of investment now. They're just seeing rugby as a great team sport, getting kids involved in it, the discipline of it.
Fiji have gone from not having much of a rugby programme to pretty much having a full-time programme now, and the style of play that they play is, obviously very impressive, and they're such a rugby-loving country, so they've done amazingly well, especially over the last couple of years, and it's really showing in their results in the World Series at the moment.
In the Olympic squad, we had 3 or 4 netballers, a couple of footballers, a couple of volleyball players. They all played international sport in a different way. And it's just utilising the skill set. Rugby is a game that can be transitioned into, and Sevens, especially in terms of athletes, they can be brought across.
My background was actually hockey, so I played international hockey from the age of 13, 14. And then when I was at university, a couple of my mates were playing rugby, and they said, do you fancy coming and doing a bit of training? And I thought, oh, brilliant, cross-fitness, something different. And I went along and I absolutely loved it, and that was it, I didn't look back.
You look at some of the Olympians out there in Rio, when they actually watched the game of Sevens, there were so many different athletes that really had a connection with it. You had the sprinters obviously looking at the pace of the wingers outside. You had the wrestlers looking at the breakdown. You had that kind of situation. You also had some of the longer distance kind of runners that kind of went, wow, they go again and again and again. So there's a huge connection right the way across there. And of course that team sport element, which is relatively unique in the Olympics, not too many team sports out there. That's something a lot of people really connect with as well, those team sport values.
It's great to see those kind of players come in because it inspires people who might not have made it in their perceived sport to go, well, give it a shot, come and play rugby, and why not?
Wherever you get quality rugby, successful teams, you'll get a following. And that's why, it's breaking new ground in lots of different countries. And more people now, more and more girls, young girls, are seeing rugby as a sport they really want to play.
It's got so much more room to grow. It's grown so much over the last couple of years, and I only see that trajectory going forwards because with it having been in one Olympics, we look forward to Tokyo, and it's going to be in the Commonwealth next year, and hopefully that will prosper and get more people involved in the game.
It's brilliant to see more teams getting involved, more players out there, and I'm very confident the women's game is going to be the huge area of growth in the game of rugby going forward over the next 10 years. So it's a very exciting time for women's rugby.